Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is a Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. A good customer of mine, I just want to address this real quick before we review the wine, which is going to be the 2018 Juan Vineyards Barren Rock Red, a new release from them, 100% Syrah. But a good customer of mine came into the store and she said, you know, I watched your episode with Mike Sheridan where you reviewed the Cab Franc. She goes, and you know what? You had a couple of $50 Cab Francs in there. That's not blue collar wine. Okay, let's just clarify something here. Blue collar workers are people that have physical jobs. That's the definition. White collar people tend to not have physical jobs. Doesn't mean that blue collar people don't make good money. Well, yes, we do make good money. And the point of this show is if you're going to spend money on a wine, if you're going to go to the $30, $40, $50, $60, $70 to $100 range, is it worth that? That's the point of this show. I review wines and let you know, is this wine really worth what they're asking? We'll stop right there. Now, I think it's interesting that Juan Vineyards Barren Rock Red is called Barren Rock Red, and it's 100% Syrah. So they don't put Syrah on the front. And I'll tell you why that is the case right now. Syrah's having a tough time. A lot of winemakers, a lot of wineries are having a hard time getting their Syrah to sell. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I think part of it is when Australia kind of tanked with all their wines and they did a ton of Shiraz, which is Syrah. I think Syrah from the U.S. suffered the fall of Shiraz from Australia. And part of the reason for that is the wine stewards, like me, told everybody Syrah is Shiraz. We finally got the customer to realize Syrah is Shiraz. Shiraz is Syrah. Same grape, maybe coming from a different area. So when Shiraz shot down, so did Syrah. That's part of it. I think the other part too is the different characteristics of different Syrah. Not all Syrah is not a very consistent wine. It can be big, bacon fat wine. It can be blueberry and acidity. I mean, it goes all over the place. So some people like consistency. They like to go to Cab because they know what a Cab's going to taste like. They like to go to Merlot. They know what a Merlot's going to taste like. So sometimes Syrah isn't always that consistent. Kind of like Pinot Noir isn't always the same when you buy different packages or different brands. So I think that's part of it. I keep thinking about it. That's what I do. I'm a wine geek. I'm a nerd. I think about that sort of thing. So now here they call it Barren Rock Red. It's 100% Syrah. And we are going to look at it. Now Lauri and Mike Corliss bought Juan Vineyards, I think about 4 years ago. They've done a great job with this winery. They own Corliss Cellars, Tranche Cellars, and now they've included Juan Vineyards in their portfolio, which is very cool. They've done an excellent job out at the vineyard and the tasting room and all that. And I really like Mike and Lauri. They're nice people, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to review their wine based on how I feel about them. I'm going to base it on the wine. Now, when Lauri gave me this wine, she said, don't do it right away. She said, wait a little bit because we just bottled. Now, I've waited a month, so I figure that's long enough. No, it's just saying. This rolls in at 2018 Barren Rock rolls in at $29. So not chump change for us blue collar guys that work hard for our money. You know, $29. We want to know if it's worth it. Let's see what we get on the nose. So right off the bat, I get a little bit of cedar. I get a lot of tar and tobacco and a little meat characteristic. Very true of the Rhone Valley Syrahs. They will have a meaty texture, sometimes smoked meat. This is not smoked meat, but it is very meaty on the nose. I'm getting a little blackberry, boysenberry. Yeah, very savory on the nose, with a little bit of fruit sneaking through there. Now let's see what we get on the palate. Nice and juicy, boysenberry, blackberry, a little bit of currant notes coming through there. It really kind of gets juicy on the mid palate, but then it morphs into kind of the acidity comes through, the tannins kind of show a little bit of attitude, and then you get that meat texture right on the finish. My mouth is drooling from the acidity, which is good. It's definitely a food wine, which is, you know, we like that when it's a food wine. There's that kind of tobacco and tarry element coming through. The meaty texture, the tannins have a real kind of meaty texture. There's a little bit of roasted meat on the back side of this wine. Very solid wine. I'm even getting a touch, just a touch of black raspberry, a little bit of violets coming through as well. Like this wine a lot. Now it's 29 bucks. I have a lot of Syrah that are not as good as this one in the $40 range. Just saying. I mean, it's a solid Syrah for the money. The other thing I like about this, man, those tannins are really kind of gripping on the backside. This has a little spice too, just a touch of white and black pepper coming through. Now, I think this is a baby. Now we have a wine that is showing well. I think you would enjoy it now, but give this 5 to 10 years and you're going to have a beauty. In fact, I think this is going to, one of these are going to sneak into my cellar since I've reviewed it, and I'm going to tuck it away for a little bit and then pull it out and try it. Very solid effort, worth all of $29. I'm going to go B+. Thanks for taking a little bit of time. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day to watch. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Spread it to your friends. Tell them about this show with this guy that reviews wine, and hopefully you're enjoying them. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.